This video is going to give you a great understanding of the strategies used to therapeutically stop feeling guilty step by step. Now, feeling guilty all the time, it can keep you from living your life. It's a horrible feeling to have to live with, especially if it's all you ever think about. Even if you try to stop feeling guilty, the emotion still continues to stick with you. Whether or not you're truly responsible for whatever happened, it can be difficult to forgive yourself. Do you want to know how to get rid of guilt once and for all? If so, you'll be glad to know that it's possible. However, you have to stick with the steps I'm about to outline for you. You can go on with your life and gain renewed trust if you do the following. Now, step one is to determine why you're feeling guilty in the first place. A good thing to do is to write down all of your thoughts about whatever happened, and whether or not you're the one who is truly to blame, because sometimes nobody's to blame at all. Unhealthy guilt is a feeling that you did something wrong even when you didn't. For example, if you wanted to do something harmless for yourself, and somebody else, gets angry or hurt over it, you shouldn't allow yourself to feel guilty. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do something as long as your intentions were pure. However, if you really did do something wrong, then you're experiencing healthy guilt. And in this case, you must truly take responsibility for your actions and learn from your mistakes in order to move forward. So that's the first step. Now, step two, if you determine that you did indeed do something wrong, the next step is to think about it and think about why you did it. How would you rate what you did on a scale from 1 to 10? Whom did you hurt? How much guilt do you feel for hurting this person? In order to stop feeling guilty, you need to have a clear idea of how much trouble you caused. And the fact that you feel bad for what you did, believe it or not, it's actually a good sign. You're showing your moral compass. Now you need to figure out how to make amends. And that's step three, making amends. Think about what you're going to do. Will a simple apology suffice, or will the individual whom you hurt require much more? Think about when and where to meet them and how to take action. It's always a good idea to make amends face to face. One question you may have is, will they even agree to meet you? Or are you going to have to wait until they're ready? Whatever you do, don't try to run away from what you did. You should seek help from friends and relatives if you have to. Explain that you are truly sorry and you wish to make up for it, to the person you hurt, and see if anyone is willing to help you do so. This is maybe one of the hardest steps for most people for a few different reasons. One, if you're anything like me, you can be incredibly stubborn. At least I used to be incredibly stubborn. So really facing up to it and taking ownership over, what you did, that's a big step to take. Additionally, most people are not very confrontational. And, this is a very confrontational way to handle your guilt. You're facing the problem head on and trying to fix it head on. So this can be a big hurdle to overcome. And thirdly, sometimes you have to get over, your anger with yourself. Oftentimes you'll be in denial that you did anything wrong. So, you really kind of have to swallow your pride with this step as well. Now, once you're ready to make amends, don't forget to forgive yourself. You wouldn't believe how hard this is for most people, especially for people with anxiety. You don't want to beat yourself up over it. You'll never be able to stop feeling guilty if you can't get over what happened. And how can you expect the person you hurt to forgive you when you can't even do it yourself? So if you have a lot of pent-up anger inside of you, you can try meditation or yoga. You can also rationalize your thoughts in a journal. Getting through this part of life, it takes time. But you can do it if you really want to. So following the aforementioned steps, it's definitely going to help you feel a lot better. And as always, you can visit www.stop-anxiety-panic-attack.com for free video techniques on how to deal with anxiety, stress, depression. After all, these feelings often go hand in hand with guilt. So you can also learn how to get over social phobias. That'll help you with the confrontational step of this process. And it'll help you face the person that you hurt more bravely. So follow these steps provided and learn how to stop feeling guilty today. This is a skill that you can use throughout your entire life, and it just takes a few minutes to master it. So best of luck. Take care. Bye-bye.